Good evening, YouTube. Hardball Crazy Comeback video. Tonight I am going to do a little bit different video of late. I've been showing off some kind of high dollar purchases, and I'm kind of tired of the rookie card debate that's been going on in the hobby lately. So I'm going to do the totally opposite. I'm going cheap cards, and for the most part, these are all cheap cards. There's a few high dollar cards in here, but mostly these are dirt commons. And furthest from rookie cards, I'm going to go off to my final year card showcase. These are the final year card collection I have. I'm going to try to do this go through them pretty quickly. These are the ones I have in my collection. And these are all cards I have from the final year. Starting with the oldest. Don't have to be significant Hall of Famers, All-Stars, significant players in the game, and maybe in other games, such as Dave DeBusschere, New York Knicks Hall of Famer. And my preface of my collection is they must show the complete stats every year they played in the back. If they're missing 1 year, in the collection, 1 year in the back, I don't include in my collection. Not all players have final year cards for my criteria. Some don't. Some years, if a player retires, like 1970, and the 71 Tops is their final card. Guess what? 71 Tops doesn't have final stats at the back, so they're out of luck. They don't have it. Sometimes players don't have them just in general. Like King Griffey Jr. doesn't have a card that has this final year of stats with all his stats in the back. Some are some of these players are what could have beens, died prematurely. It's Don Wilson. Others just greats for the team, just great pitchers, just stars of the day. Don't have to be Hall of Famers, but stars of the team. You know, all these guys show their complete career stats in the back. So like if you go look at Baseball Reference, minus I got him included because he's one of the top pitching coaches of all time, and one of the top managers of his era, Davey Johnson. This is his career stats. Then you got some guy like the first DH ever, Ron Blomberg. Then sometimes you have players like a significant family member. Like this is Sandy Alomar Sr., his career stats at the back, father of Roberto Alomar and Sandy Alomar Jr. If you just want curious what his career was like, I just quickly pull out his card. Of course, it's kind of Tiger heavy, so I got 68 Tiger Mickey Stanley, Gold Glove winner. Every single one of these guys is their final year cards and have the complete stats in the back every year they played. This is kind of a collection I've been doing for quite some time. I think it's a fun collection to have. It's cheap, way to collect. If you're a baseball fan, a baseball historian, I think this is a cool collection to do. It's fun doing a little research, and occasionally I add players to it. Kind of cool way to see what their career's like. Sometimes you get players on teams like, oh, you play for that team? And this second at Tug McGraw, since he's not having relief pitchers, but you know what? He's the father of country music legend, so I want to add him to it. Hall of Famer, Legon Orange. Al Oliver should get more Hall of Fame recognition. Yes, man, G, I agree with you. A few more Hall of Famers. Fingers his mustache. Carew. Greats like Vita Blue, Dusty Baker, and there's of course Pete Rose. His career stats, not missing one line. I thought about putting these in the binder, but not sure. Sometimes if I find a player that I want to add, I don't want to rearrange the binder because it's cool to have it in chronological order. But most of my cards are not in binders, so I thought maybe I just keep them in penny sleeves mostly and just have them in the section of my boxes. I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on that. What do you think? Should I binder these? Just kind of add a player at. I think I got most of the guys that I want. Kind of add the player at the end, like so. Like next year, if 2022 Topps have career stats in the back, which annoyed me in the recent years, the Topps didn't have it until they came back a bit ago. Is that they didn't have career stats in the back? So that's the first thing as I look when I see the new series Topps comes out. Like, okay, Heritage sometimes comes through because they have showing off a 68 or 69 Topps, and they have the career stats, so I can count on the Heritage. You see it coming up. But like 2022 Topps, I'm hoping they'll be like in Series 1. We'll have a, say, a Buster Posey or a John Lester cards I could add to this collection. I do have a Ryan Braun. I'm going to add him to it, but I have to find him in my box of commons. Add to him, even though he's not the most well-liked players outside of Milwaukee. So you got Fernando as a Cardinal. Sometimes you get teams with different players at different teams they play for. Here's Brett Butler. This is hard to see. Is Tony Pena with the Astros. Former first-round pick Ben McDonald. Always liked him. El Presidente. Guys I respect like Jim Eisenreich. Play career with Tourette syndrome is pretty impressive. You're just kind of getting long, so I'm going to go through it real quick. Sometimes you get players that you never play for the team, like Jose Canseco never actually played for the Expos, signed off in the winter, never paid out of spring training. So you get players like Canseco with the Expos. Well, that's his little Alomar thing, never really played for the Devil Rays. Almost there. Some of these guys I'm never really a fan of, but you know, they had an impact in the game. Eduardo Perez was never a great player, but you know what? He's a son of a Hall of Famer, and he's a pretty good announcer. I'm happy that he's joining ESPN's Sunday Night crew, but Eduardo Perez always seemed to be a good guy. Preston Wilson, he's a 30-30 guy, so I have him. His injury shortened Brandon Webb. He was a great pitcher for a few years. Smoltz with the Cardinals. Randy Johnson with the Giants. Always like Mike Lowell. Jason Kindle's a good catcher. Billy Wagner gets Hall of Fame recognition. Vlad Sr. Derek Lee. This is a short print. That's why it's in a top loader. Jorge Posada. Chipper Jones was like variation. All-star card variation. Last group. Jose Molina, who's better known defensively, but you know, get part of the Molinas in my collection. Here's one of my cool favorite ones. Minor league all-time home run leaders. This is a Topps Pro debut of Mike Hessman. He's the all-time home run king in minor leagues. This is his career minor league home runs career, which I think is a pretty cool addition to this little collection. Josh Hamilton, Mark Burley, Big Papi. This is a short print heritage high number. Carlos Beltran, Ian Kinsler, Dustin Pedroia, and the last one, I'm probably the most recent additions. He retired, I think officially retired from baseball, gave it up. I don't really like him or a fan of him, but he's known. It kind of shows how bad of a minor league player he was. This is his career stats as a minor leaguer. It shows how much he struggled and kind of a sideshow that he actually was for the Mets. And there you go. That's my last year collection, final year collection of it's over 100 cards there. And it's a little fun collection I have. I hope you enjoyed the video. And thank you for watching.